Already anti-SJW channels are jumping at the opportunity to call the KOTOR Remake SJW garbage, because one of the writers for the game has made SJW comments in the past, and that's the entire reason why people are saying to boycott the game. Now all of this has led to some, let's just say, questionable comments from the anti-SJW type, and today we'll be looking at one of those videos where the guy straight up says he hates LGBT characters, and would hate to see Revan be a female in the new remake, even though the original game allowed you to play as a woman. So honestly, I do not care if they decide to make Revan a woman or a man, or if they decide to make it optional in the game like it was in the original, because in the game Revan was whatever gender you wanted. If the devs want to make it so Revan is only one gender, then that's fine. It would make it a lot easier to canonize it. I will have to skip about 1 minute and 20 seconds of this guy's video because at the start he just randomly rambles about stuff completely unrelated to KOTOR, so without further delay, I'll let the video play.
But then came the biggest bitch slap to someone like me. A complete woke remake of one of the best Star Wars games I've ever played, if not of all time.
The fact anyone can be this angry over the possibility of Revan being a woman in the remake is astounding, especially considering how you could play as a female version of Revan in the original game. We've seen one CGI trailer that lasted 56 seconds. We have not seen enough of this game to call it SJW, and considering how the devs have said that the game will stay true to its old story on the PlayStation blog, right now there's not much to worry about.
I was 16 when I picked up an Xbox controller and began to play my first completed playthrough, which took me weeks, sometimes months, to finish, of the original Knights of the Old Republic. I never bothered with the sequel mostly due to bugs and a convoluted plot, taking too much of a step back when compared to the more streamlined and more comprehensive original No Games plot. Just for the record.
I really do not blame this guy for being on the verge of falling asleep right now, because I am also on the verge of passing out. This video is insanely boring and my god, no one cares that you played the original game. Just get to the point already.
I read what was said about this game on dirt sheets. I watched the Tanami review for the game, sneak peek and pre-review of the game. I was willing to put in 20, 30, or 40 hours of work to see how this game panned out.
You don't need to put any work into a game to find out if it's good or not. Just read the user reviews, my guy. Like what?
Now, to be fair, I always played the game the same way. The main character, Revan, always being a male who followed the path of the light after being reprogrammed by the Jedi Order. That sort of deal. I was never one to touch the dark side of the Force.
Just please, for the love of God, get to the damn point already. I am in physical and mental pain fighting to stay awake watching your video right now. Please just get to the point already. Because frankly, how you played the original games is irrelevant to what you're talking about right now, and what you're trying to argue, aka that the game is SJW trash that you shouldn't buy, which so far you definitely haven't convinced me of. At this point, I'm not sure if I'm more bored watching his video or if he's more bored making it. Who uploads a video and doesn't cut out the tons of dead air where you are literally falling asleep?
That being said, and now for a game approaching its 20-year anniversary. The shitheads at Lucasfilm are deciding to completely remake it. And you know what that means. One, they're gonna scrap what Revan was in the original game and timeline and make him into a female.
You could play as a female version of Revan in the original game. Why the fuck do you care if they decide to make Revan a woman or not? Especially considering this is a remake, not a remaster. As long as the story is similar and the premise is similar, then there is no problem with Revan being a woman. The character having pussy and tits instead of a dick really is not a major difference. It's not like the Saints Row reboot where they just slapped the logo onto a non-Saints Row game. From the trailer and what the developers have said, it does sound like they're going to be sticking to a similar storyline as they had in the original game. Whether Revan is a man or a woman is a nothing issue.
Possibly one that walks the path of darkness.
Oh my god, no way. It's almost like that was an option in the original game.
2. They're also gonna make the character LGBTQIA, something I am vehemently against.
I genuinely don't know how to react to that other than to remind the guy that you can have lesbian romance in the original game as Revan with Bastilla, and to tell him to shut the fuck up. There is nothing wrong with characters being gay. Like, what the fuck? My man didn't even specify that he didn't like forced representation. He just straight up said he hates LGBT characters. How the hell is that an issue for anyone?
This sort of shit that Kathleen Kennedy shoves down the pipeline.
You could literally have lesbian romance in the original game. If they make Revan a woman, then that's not at all Kathleen Kennedy quote-unquote shoving something down the pipeline. That is literally just them streamlining the story instead of wasting time on two different versions of the same character.
Makes me sick to my stomach. It's why I boycotted Star Wars and never take my Luke Skywalker collectible lightsaber out of the closet outside of every May the 4th.
I don't quite think that's the flex you think it is. As much as I don't like the sequel trilogy, the majority of the other stuff Disney has made has been good. The Mandalorian, for example, is a great show, and personally I can't wait to see what they do in the Ahsoka show. Frankly, the Star Wars games they have been releasing recently have been anything but woke trash. Fallen Order was good, Squadrons was good, and even Battlefront 2 is now a good game.
And then I have to clean out the battery casing because the batteries always end up rupturing in a pile of corrosive acid. You know, battery acids.
What does this have to do with KOTOR exactly? I don't care if a third-party lightsaber has been breaking on you. That's got nothing to do with the remake in the slightest.
But then again, I'm not a Sony guy. I'm an Xbox and Nintendo fella.
Again, I'm not quite sure how that's relevant to this situation, because the game is only a timed console exclusive. It will be coming to PC day one, alongside the PS5, and then it will come to Xbox at a later date. Why on earth would you leave that in? The only way that could possibly get worse would be if he picked his nose and ate it. He had to have forgotten to edit this out or something. Although considering how his video has so far been pretty much unedited, I sadly doubt he forgot to cut it out. If this guy ends up finding this video, here's a quick tip. Download some free editing software so you don't leave incredibly embarrassing things like this in your video, along with some seemingly homophobic comments.
But what is happening to Star Wars proves that Disney and by proxy Lucasfilm are so out of fucking touch with the fan base, who does not want a political diatribe and SFW mantra shoved down their damn throats.
Nothing about Revan's gender has been confirmed yet. This is all for the most part baseless speculation, and frankly even if they make Revan a woman, that isn't a problem, because a character could be both female or male in the original game. A character being female or LGBT does not make it inherently political or SJW. You can have LGBT characters and women in things without SJW aspects. This idea that LGBT characters and women are inherently bad because they're SJW is beyond absurd.
The sooner Disney is exposed for the frauds that they are, and the sooner their monopoly crumbles, the better, for all I'm concerned.
Let's be real here. Everyone knows they're a shitty company. No matter how much you expose them, no one will care enough. Disney is one of those companies that is virtually impossible to take down.
Because constantly putting out woke mantra after woke mantra after woke mantra after woke mantra, trying to erase history, etc., the more it shows how much of a media Nazi company they are.
After the shit you said in this video, I don't think you're in any position to be calling companies or anyone Nazis.
bunch of media Nazis these SOBs are. They show they do not give a rat's ass for their fan bases. Not anymore. For them, it's all about money.
No shit, a company will always want to make more money, but how does a remake prove they don't care about fans? If anything, it proves there are some people who do care to listen to what fans want over at Lucasfilms.
Now, I'm sure Walt was the same way when he was alive, but I'm certain he hid it better than most the modern day shitheads do.
If you think the KOTOR remake currently shows that Disney is a scummy company, then you will see anything a company does as scummy. We haven't seen any gameplay of the remake yet, and these people are already crying about it, claiming it's SJW trash all because of what one writer said in 2015/2017, whilst ignoring what the developers have said the other day. If this was any other situation, these anti-SJW types would be saying that what someone says in the past doesn't define them in the modern day, but because the shoe's on the other foot, they're deciding to just ignore what they'd usually use as arguments. Only time will tell if this does turn out to be SJW trash. Right now, we definitely don't have enough information to be calling it that.
In any case, not having a PS5 and my misgivings of remaking KOTOR under the current Disney and Star Wars administration, and Lucasfilm administration, has saved my life from ever getting that game. Have saved my life from getting that game.
Please go and touch some grass. If you describe a game not being available on the platform of your choice as quote-unquote saving your life from it, even though it will come to Xbox eventually, then you seriously need to reevaluate your life. Revan being a woman is not at all an issue, and in no way, shape or form does it ruin the original game like this guy is trying to argue, even when we don't know if Revan is a woman in the game yet. Nothing has been confirmed, other than the fact the game is being made.
Leave a comment, share this rant, smash the like, sub to the channel.
No, I don't think I will.
I can assure everyone watching this video I will never and have never considered subscribing to this guy. The lack of editing, seemingly homophobic comments and all-round incel-like takes really don't entice me to subscribe to anyone. The fact the guy can also barely stay awake in his own video is definitely not a good selling point to me either.
I'm done. Goodbye. Good night. Bang.
If you're gonna do an outro saying goodnight, at least make your video at night. It's impressive how low quality this video is. Now with all of that being said, please do not forget to do all the things YouTubers love to pay you to do, aka check out my Discord server, follow me on Twitter, as well as like, comment and subscribe. So I'll see you all in the next video.